What up, though, YouTube? Now, I went up to the Sprint store to get my Epic Touch 4G, okay? First of all, I qualify for 2 extra phones on my line, on my service, and I'm saving one spot for the iPhone 5 for my girl, you know what I'm saying? Because she's a Apple fan girl or whatever, you know. But she getting murdered over there by AT&T by the high prices and a crappy ass service. So she got the iPhone 4. When it come to the iPhone 5 come to Sprint, then boom, she on, you know, don't get me wrong, she paying for it, not me. It's just gonna be under my name. Now, I wanted to get me another phone too. I ain't getting rid of my Motorola Photon 4G. Love this phone. Only had a couple of problems with it, and I'll go into that later because I've been getting a lot of emails about them. But I went up there to get the Epic Touch 4G. Now, I've been hearing some beautiful things about it, you know, especially from a YouTube guy named, I forgot his name, but I think it's on Wirefly. Now, he did a smackdown the Epic Touch 4G and the Motorola Photon 4G, okay? Now, in his video, he was saying that the Epic Touch 4G was brighter. He was saying if you hold it in an angle or something like that, you hold it like this, you're able to see more on the AMOLED display of the Epic Touch 4G than you do on the QHD display on the Photon 4G. It's a lot of 4G, so stay with me. Now, keep in mind, I went up there to buy the phone. First of all, the phone is cheap. You get it $199 plus I think they told me a $32 activation fee in which you don't have to pay shit, you know, because they'll put it all on your bill if you need to. You can just walk in and walk out with the phone. All right, at least that's what they told me. You don't have to pay shit, you know. So I went up there to buy the phone. I went to one Sprint store that really was like it wasn't a corporate store. So I went to a different Sprint store, but they had the phone in there, but this one was showing brighter than it. So I went to the corporate store, you know, and they had 2 test phones in the corporate store, and they phones are on Wi-Fi. Okay, my phone was on 3G. Ain't no 4G in my service. So this is what you have to do if you think I'm lying. That's why I say you don't have to take people's word for it on YouTube. You have to get up and go up there and check yourself. Get the hands-on experience. Now, this is what you have to do if you had a Motorola Photon 4G. If you think I'm lying. He said that phone was brighter. He said the Epic Touch was brighter. Go into your settings. Go to display on your Photon. Okay? Cut the brightness all the way up and then go and click where it says play a sound when you touch the screen. Now, when you go to the Sprint store, do the same thing for the Epic Touch 4G. Go into the display, cut the brightness all the way up, and then click play a sound, you know, when you touch the screen. Then hold both of the phones like this, okay? I mean, you know, hold them at an angle, see which one you see clearer. It was the Photon, okay? When you cut the brightness all the way up, go to a web page. Don't go to no YouTube application. Go to the YouTube page on the internet, okay? Or go to Google because they are all white page. See which one, and then hold the phones like this. See which one is brighter, okay? It's the Photon, and it ain't even close, okay? It's not close. And I'm holding them like this. People walking past, and I'm asking them, which one do you think is brighter? They all pointing at my phone. I got both of them cut up, you know? It's not even close. You don't even really need them to answer for you because you're going to be able to see for yourself. But don't get me wrong. I mean, this is just a couple of reasons that I didn't buy the phone, you know. The Epic Touch 4G, when you stroll on it, it's not close. It's way better than a Photon 4G, you know. Butter smooth, just like the iPhone 4. Now, even on the internet, people, oh, it's smooth, but it's not as smooth as the iPhone 4. Bullshit, my girl got the iPhone 4, and it's just as smooth. But when you pinch the zoom, you get the checkerboards. Not all the time, but you do get checkerboards. And I seen it on one of them, I think it was Phone Dog. He pinched the zoom too. got the checkerboards, and I'm thinking, how in the hell is you getting checkerboards on a dual core processor phone? You know what I'm saying? You never get it on the Motorola Photon 4G, you know, and that wasn't the only thing. That wasn't the only reason I ain't bought a phone. When you pick the phone up, man, and I mean, maybe it's just me, but the phone feels incredibly cheap. It do. And if you buy this phone off contract, it's like $500 or $600. Now that's the same price of a small laptop or a laptop. It ain't even got to be small. You can get a 15-inch laptop for like $500 or $400. Now, if you're paying that much for a device, do you want it to feel like you just bought it from Toys R Us? I mean, it feels cheap. If somebody say it don't, that's bullshit. And another thing I did too. This guy that was in there, this whatever, I ain't even gonna say his name, but because I don't remember it, you know. But he was in the store and he had the Epic Touch 4G. He seen me comparing both of them, and then he started immediately defending the phone because I'm like, damn, man, you know, this is better than the dummy, well, not the dummy version, but the test version. So he whips his out, and he cut his brightness all the way up. He waiting on somebody that's getting something done on another phone, his girl, you know, but he cut the brightness all the way up and cut the touch the screen if you want to play a sound, which this phone is a lot louder. That's why I'm saying that. We both went outside in the sunlight. You could see the Photon screen clearer than the one on his phone. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm telling you, just go up to the Sprint store and see for yourself. Now, there's a reason that they use the Pentel technology on this phone. And they say, if you go to their website, they say that it's to make the phone brighter, which it does. And they say it's to save down on, save the battery life. I don't know about that because everybody use their phone differently. You know, I don't know if it's saving on battery life, especially for an Android phone. But I know for a fact it makes it a lot clearer. And the Pentel technology, when you may not really notice, some people may not really notice it, but if you look at your progress bar, you're going to see pixels. You know, you're going to be, you might not even have to squint to see them. You're going to see some pixels. And they not hiding it. They tell you that's their technology because they want the phone to be brighter and the battery life to be longer, which again, I don't know about the battery life, but I know this is the brightest. If you cut the brightness up, all of the phones dim compared to this one. So that was one of those couple of reasons that I didn't buy the Epic Touch 4G. Now Motorola is coming out with like a 4.5-inch phone. I forgot what it's called. It's gonna run through Verizon first, and then it might trickle down to Sprint. So I might get that one because I might be a Motorola guy. Now they phones feel like you paid some money for it. They loud, the camera, and that's another thing. I was taking some sample shots just like he did on Wirefly, you know, and his shots super dark on the Photon 4G, you know, and they looked real good on the Epic 4G. Me, I took the same shots with the phones in the Sprint store. Now that you get more into the Epic Touch 4G, like it squeezed more in because of the screen is bigger. The same, they didn't, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, they did look a little bit better on the Epic Touch 4G, but no, his settings must be messed up because there's no way was they that dark on my Photon 4G. They still looked good, the photos and the video capture, both of them. I mean, you could go with either one. They wasn't as dark as the shit was on his. He might have had a bad phone. And you do get them from time to time. So them a couple of reasons that, and that's another thing. For people that keep emailing me, they keep saying they Photon, it be shutting off. Well, two people said that, sent me a message, and I haven't had that problem. In fact, this thing runs super smooth for me. The only issue that I had with this phone, the Photon 4G, is I listen to the I listen to the AM FM, well, the FM radio at my job. I work at a plant where they make cars and shit. So I listen to my radio station, my morning show, and for some reason, when you plan your radio station, the FM radio station, if the screen dims out, it cuts off. It don't cut off. It just start ticking, tick, 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 tick. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So you have to leave the screen on to listen to the FM radio, and I ain't understand it because the radio, the wireless radio in here, I just automatically got rid of my SanDisk MP3 player because this thing is the truth. You know, SanDisk, you can, you know, the radio, my morning show was distorted. You know, it's broken up. You walk at certain places, start breaking down. You don't never get that with this, okay? But like I said, that issue that I had, now I just got an update, so maybe that'll fix it. I'll check when I go back to work. But you have to leave the screen where it says never shut off. You know, and my morning show stay on for like 3 hours. That works on your battery, you know. Once it go off, then you can listen to your MP3s, your music and shit like that. But that was the only issue I was having with it. When the screen went dim, the FM radio started ticking. Okay, now again, I just got an update from them, so maybe that'll fix that. But that was the only issue. My phone never cut off on me, you know, by itself. So that was my take on it. Of course, I'm not buying this phone. It's just felt too cheap for me. But it is a good phone for people. You know what I'm saying? But that's my take on it. There it is.